So here's our application right here on the left hand side on our iPhone 11. So when the user wants to open the application, they click on that, and you'll be displayed with two screens. You can configure this in the settings of the application inside the phone settings, but this one is designed, or this preference or demo is going to go list then X-ray view. So if we move over to the right, we can see X-ray view or we can see list mode where the list icon up here is highlighted, indicating that it is list mode. And we can see our devices, the iPhone, the AirPods, and the laptop right here. And we have information of those devices right now, like active. So a blue battery bar means that it's using battery, it's not charging, and it's not needing to be charged. Green is charging, and red means you should probably charge it before it dies, before the end of the day. We also see our battery percentages right here. So we have 68, we can see the AirPods are 0%, and we can see the laptop is blue and 42%. So it's blue because it is off charging battery, but since it's below 50%, we get this red warning to charge because below 50%. But it's still blue because it is using the battery. So we've standardized the colors on that, and we standardized how we display the information here, where the battery status, and then we standardize the messages we get here. So if there's no messages, there's nothing there. If it's charging, we get the CHRG with the two asterisks to indicate that's charging. And when we get a recommendation to charge, we get ADV for advise, and then the CHRG, so it's advised charge. There's a couple other things on this screen that you can see. We can see in the top left, it looks like some sunglasses with some red, I guess, stems to put on your ears. That's X-ray mode. We'll go into that later. But as we can see on the devices, we have a check mark here and here, but not one on the laptop. So that check mark indicates that you are the owner of that device that you're monitoring. And if you wanted to add devices, such as right down here, and we can add as many as you want, and this will become a scrollable list if it becomes too long for the single page. But if we were to click on this plus button right here, a little pop-up would come up, and the pop-up essentially would say the device name, so you name it, and so instead of laptop, you could say laptop 2, and you can say owner me or someone else's, but if you say me, you'll get that check mark right here when you add the device. And then we have monitor level. So this one is the basic monitor level, where it just gives you a readout of the battery and just the battery status. And the more advanced monitoring levels are these other messages that'll pop up right here. And it's just how much monitoring would you like to add on your device. And when you click, it's a toggle button, so you can select one or the other, the radio buttons. And when you click add, then the device gets added. It would have been added right here. List mode is the only place you can add a user, so that is one of our constraints. But if we were to click on X-ray mode right there, we'd then be presented with something that looks a little like this. And so with X-ray mode, the user, when they open up X-ray mode, as indicated up here with the highlighted X-ray mode and the non-highlighted list mode now, it opens up your camera. And when it opens up your camera, it'll scan the devices in the room if there are any. So as we can see here, we have AirPods, and they're 72% in black, which means they're not being used, they're not using batteries, so they're still good to go. We have a Bose speaker right here that's charging with the CHRG message right here with 100%, so that doesn't need to be charging, but it still is. Then we have an iPhone with 12% battery when the advised charge message all in red, because that's our advised warning standardization color. But that's how the user would use this application, or this is the prototype of the application the user would use. Thank you.